Hey everybody, welcome back to IAMath. Today we're going to be continuing our discussion on solving linear equations in one variable. This will be part 3, our final lesson of this topic. Be sure to check out part 1 and 2, links in the description below. Let's get started. Number 1, suppose I had an equation minus 1/2 x plus 3/4 minus 1 equals 1/3 x plus 2. And the question is, solve for x. We have a few ways of doing this. However, we need to keep in mind that in order to solve for x, we need to gather x terms on one side and numbers on the other side. So we can proceed in two ways. We can put the x's on the left side and numbers on the right side, or we can put the x's on the right side and numbers on the left side. Since noticing that minus 1/2 x is on the left side and there's a 1/3 x on the right side, I'm going to move the minus 1/2 x to the right side and the numbers to the left side. So let's proceed with that. So if we move the minus 1/2 x to the right side, we're going to have 3/4 minus 1 equals 1/3 x plus 1/2 x, because we moved the minus 1/2 x to the right side, plus 2. Now let us move the plus 2 to the left side. So we have 3/4 minus 1 minus 2 equals 1/3 x plus 1/2 x. Now let us continue simplifying the left-hand side. So we have 3/4 minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3 equals. Now what we can do on the right side is we can get a common denominator of 6. So 3 goes into 6 2. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1/2 x. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3 x. Then on the left-hand side, continuing, we can get a common denominator here of 4. So the first term will be 3 minus, now we have 3 over 1. To get that into a common denominator of 4, we multiply the top by 4. So 3 times 4 is 12 equals 3 plus 2 is 5 over 6x. Another way of doing that is if we have 3/4 minus 3 over 1, that's just, we can cross multiply. 3 times 1 is 3 minus 4 times 3 is 12 all over 4 times 1 is 4. So simplifying the left-hand side, 3 minus 12 is minus 9 over 4 equals 5 over 6x. To solve for x, we can cross multiply minus 9 times 6 here divided by 4 times 5 here equals x. So we isolate x on the right-hand side. Then we can simplify and notice that 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So on the top we have minus 27 over 10 equals x. Or we can reduce this to a mixed number. X is equal to 10 goes into 27 2 times with 7/10 left over, and it's negative. So here in this example, we learned how to cross multiply here. We learned how to reduce a fraction here. We learned how to gather like terms here and here. So example 1 taught us many useful things. Let us continue with number 2. Suppose I had 2 multiplied by d minus 1 plus 3d plus 5, and that's equal to 7d minus 10. The question is to solve for d, our unknown. Again, we want our unknown on one side and the numbers on the other side. So we proceed by first multiplying out or distributing this term. So 2d minus 2 plus 3d plus 5 equals 7d minus 10. Now we continue by gathering like terms. So 2d plus 3d, that's 5d, and then minus 2 plus 5, that's plus 3, equals 7d minus 10. Now the question is, do we keep the d on the left side or on the right side, and the numbers on the left side or right side? So we look at, on the left side we have 5d, and on the right side we have 7d. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move the 5d on the right side so that we have 7d minus 5d, so the right hand side will be positive. And then we're going to move the minus 10 onto the left hand side so that the minus 10 will become a positive. So what we have is, moving the minus 10 to the left hand side, we have 3 plus 10, keeping the 7d on the right side, and moving the 5d to the right side, we have minus 5d. So we have 13 equals 7d minus 5d, that's 2d. To get d alone, we divide both sides by 2. So we have 13 halves equals d, or d is equal to 2 goes into 13, 6, with 1 half left over. Isn't that awesome? Let us look at another example, 3. Suppose I had 1/6 t plus 1 equals 3t minus 1. And we are asked to solve for t. If you have a problem like this, the easiest way is to deal with something that's in front of your parentheses, t plus 1. So in order to handle this case, what we do is we multiply both the left side with the right side by 6. So if I multiply the left side by 6 times a 6t plus 1, and I multiply the right side by 6, I'll have 18t minus 6. So 6 times a 6 is just 1. t plus 1 equals 18t minus 6. Now if I move the 1t to the right side, and I move the minus 6 to the left side, we get 6 plus 1 equals 18t. Therefore we get 7 equals 18t minus t is 17t. To get t alone, we divide both sides by 17. So on the left hand side we have 7 over 17, and on the right hand side we get t. Therefore t equals 7 over 17. Here we looked at 3 examples of solving linear equations in one variable, with slightly more complicated examples in part 1 and 2. Be sure to check out my previous videos and click like, subscribe, and comment below. Look forward to seeing you in future lessons. Have a great day. Bye-bye.